Hello, welcome to Soulprint. Thank you very, very much for being here. My name is Cindy. I'm delighted that you have chosen to spend some of your precious time with me today. I'm going to be taking a look today and tomorrow on the Biden campaign. Sorry, oh my goodness, the Harris campaign in September and the Trump campaign in September. We're going to start with Harris and just see what we can see. I, by the way, am still, trying to get some clarity on um, who's showing up at the debate. So that really still energetically feels in the air to me. It definitely feels like Harris is ready to go, and it, there seems to be a bit of an effort to try to get Trump to um, focus. I don't know why they try, right? It never ever works. Anyways, I'm going to channel this because I want this to be short and concise and to the point. All right, Spirit, what can you tell me about the Kamala Harris and Tim Walz campaign in the month of September? I saw a clip of Tim's wife. I think her name is Gwen, but I'm not positive. Um, Doing a speech um, in front of like a teachers group, right? She's really, really clever. She's really good at it. So she is definitely adding, her own kind of strength and pizzazz to the campaign, which is really kind of cool to see. All right, Spirit. Their campaign is going to continue to build momentum and strength. And again, you're being reminded that the polls are not going to be an accurate reflection of what's actually going on out there. And it's not that they're going to be terrible. It's just that there's going to continue to be this question of like, I don't understand how come she's not polling better, and I don't understand how come he's still polling so well. Um, okay, that's why because they're not. It's not an accurate reflection. So, but but I'm being told that the Harris campaign, on the other hand, has some internal polling that very, very much it gives a more accurate representation, and she's doing quite well. But their philosophy, their attitude of we are the underdogs, and they're not behaving like incumbents, right? They're behaving like the underdog, and they're behaving like the challenger. They're sort of sticking Trump into the role of incumbent because in that way they can really nail him all of the terrible decisions he's done, the awful things he's done, the fact that he has no policies, etc. So but because of that, they are really, really maintaining a work hard, stay focused, let's get this done kind of attitude. And it is going to serve them incredibly well because, of course, that momentum builds, right? And what it's doing is it's creating a lot of hope and a lot of excitement. And as they move through the month of September, more and more people are going to sort of be focusing in on this and going, oh my God, this is so refreshing, this is wonderful. And again, remember, there's a whole lot of people out there who have not been eating, drinking, sleeping, breathing politics for the last 10 years. They probably have fewer gray hairs than we do, I'm thinking. It's just possible. um, and so they're just starting to focus, right? And they're going, wait a minute, you've got somebody who is smart and articulate. They're full of fun. They're exciting. Tim is like everybody's favorite, I don't know, uncle or football coach or something. Kamala is like the cool sister or aunt or friend. Everybody's really excited. And then you've got this other guy who keeps calling her dumb and stupid and keeps insulting everybody and everything. He's flip flopping all over the place. JD Vance, again, he not he's not he's not adding anything to the campaign, let's just put it that way. I mean, this is somebody who failed to get a dozen donuts, for God's sakes. Okay? So, but that we have to work hard, we're behind is a really, really good focus and attitude because it's keeping everybody really, really energized and going forward. And so that is exciting. Um, she's going to get, who even knew that there were still some out there, but it feels like she's going to get a couple of significant endorsements. Um, over the next couple of weeks, even possibly from Bush, even possibly. Um, she has or they have a really sharp, um, media savvy sort of team, and they are working really, really hard to continue to kind of keep Trump um, off balance. Everything he does, everything he says, everything Vance does and says, they're catching, they're snapping back at it, and they're doing it in a medium that um, not only attracts huge numbers of people, but where their younger voters are far more likely to see the pushback that they are creating and what happens when you push back a bully. Um, and so they're able to kind of see two sides of the story. There's also going to be a ramp up of sort of commentary on YouTube and elsewhere about his lack of focus, his lack of clarity. There's going to be more and more concern about sort of this like narcissistic implosion that's going to be going on with him. And again, the Harris campaign is going to attack where they need to attack, but there's also a part of them that when they look at the Trump campaign, what they see is, and they've literally showed me this picture, and you can just make it go away now, anytime you want. Um, but they're showing me literally snakes eating their own tails, right? And each other's tails. It's really gross. Shoo, I don't need that. But that's what's going on. So when the Harris campaign looks at this, there really is that idea of listen, when a campaign is blowing themselves up, there's no point. We don't really need to get in there and, pour any gas on the fire there. Let them just do it to themselves. But every time there is something that they can push back on, they will do so. And the people they have doing it are very talented, very clever, and very, very able. Above and beyond that, that Mark Elias, I think is his name, who is the lawyer that they have brought on into the campaign. He has a team. Okay, this is not just some guy. There are. They're telling me in excess of 1,000 lawyers that are working with the Harris team, working with this Mark Elias person. Um, and they already are strategizing. They're doing the work that needs to be done to make sure that one, they are able to stop and block any further shenanigans in terms of voting restrictions, purging purging rolls, making it more difficult. They've got that going on, and they're also working really hard at preparing for any legal fights that happened after the election when Republicans are refusing to concede that they've lost. Um, I'm being told that there's going to continue to be an increase in um, Latino voters, apparently those numbers are getting stronger, although I understood that they've been increasingly getting strong over the last bit, but apparently they're telling me they're going to get stronger. They're also interestingly telling me that there are going to be sort of that white male group that typically gravitate to Trump because I don't know, maybe they resonate with this whole strong man image. I don't know. But apparently, there's going to be, like not huge, but enough of a shift that it's actually going to be noticeable that she's getting more and more, um, sort of that white male, non-college educated voter, and in part because people are really able to relate to Tim Walz, and they are liking what they are hearing about unions, whether they are in one or not. There is this idea of, well, if we're not in a union, but they are so pro-union, maybe it'll be easier for us to get a union going where we are. Um, or if they are in a union, then they're really liking the idea that um, those ideas are going to be strengthened. A lot of those people are in that middle class, and the more and more they talk about, growing the middle class, it's interesting, but the more they're going to start perking up the ears of people who would typically be considered a Trump voter. So you're going to see some really nice momentum going on. You're going to see it growing, but again, the polls are not going to be an accurate reflection. By time the campaigns hit the beginning of October, um, pretty much across the board, you're going to see, and it's not only her campaign that is going to be sort of above water, right? That's going to, by and large, almost whatever metric is used, being slightly better than Trump, doing better than Trump, being out ahead, but also other Democrats, even some Democrats where there is a worry or concern. Tester in Montana, I'm being told that he's going to pull it out, that he's going to be able to retain his seat because the person running against him is going to be whoever this guy is, he's a real Trump supporter, and his campaign is going to be hurt or damaged or besmirched um, because of things that are actually going on in the national campaign for Trump. So September looks like it's going to be a busy month. It looks like it's going to be a good month. Certainly, her campaign is going to continue to strengthen and grow and grow. And the other thing that you're going to see that's interesting is you're going to start getting more um, pushback by sort of almost everyday people about some of the things that are being said or the way things are being said by the Trump campaign or Trump supporters as they're attacking the Harris Walz campaign. Um, Unfortunately, the attacks on Gus Walz, um, I mean, they were vicious and they were horrible. And some of those people who were absolute scum managed to retract or take down their statement. Some of them managed to offer a rather pathetic apology, but I just don't think it's going to be the end of it. They're not saying necessarily that they're going to be going after Gus, but what they're saying is you're going to get that same people going, that right there, that was a statement too far. That was a bridge too far. Back it up, apologize, take down that tweet, whatever it is. So there's going to be more of that kind of pushback. And that's coming not necessarily from campaigns, it's coming from just people who are saying enough, 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 enough. We can't take it anymore. We don't want to hear this crap anymore. And so you can anticipate that the Harris campaign is going to continue to take up a lot of the oxygen, and they're going to be in very, very good shape as they move into October. And again, as of right now, she is ready. She is ready for this debate. She will do it tomorrow in a parking lot if if they could do it, right? She is so ready for him. And make no mistake, Walz is also prepping and gearing up to do the vice presidential campaign against Vance. And this is what's so interesting is if Trump backs out, what's going to happen is there's going to be even more of an emphasis put on that vice presidential debate. And that's where things are going to get interesting because Vance doesn't have a hope in hell of scoring any kind of points against Tim Walz. Okay, that's what I know. Thank you very, very much for being here. Please don't forget to put your questions in the comment section below. And I look forward to seeing you soon. Until next time, take care and be well. Bye bye for now.